Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. If I want to go back to 2021 or 2022, not sure why I would want to do that, but if I wanted to do that, I don't have to go back to my YouTube archives. I don't have to, search for any history lessons. I just need to play the event quest. Because most of these rewards, and this is the exploration that I just did of Thronebreaker, these rewards feel like they are from 2021 or 2022. And given the energy cost and the time put in for a little bit more than a 6-star crystal worth of shards, 6-star basic, I should say, not featured, a couple of 6-star non-generic sig stones, a tier 5 class callus crystal, which this at minimum should be a selector in 2024. Tier 5 class callus now, I feel like I never even think about him. And yet, it's still viewed as one of the prizes of Until the Paragon Gauntlet, the most difficult event quest out there. And then you've got the 10 generic 6 stones, the 5,000 5-star relic crystal shards, and then these are probably objectively the most exciting parts of this process, but it's really not that exciting at all. Kabam wants players who've been playing a long time, even just Thronebreakers, but especially Paragon, and I'm allergic to this too, apparently. I keep sneezing in my videos. They want those players to be rewarded for playing the game every day. They're told that this is something that they don't want people to just log in every couple months and wail out. They also want to play every day. I mean, obviously that on paper should be true. But this is... we need to talk about how obvious it is that the event quests are not worth people's time. They're not worth people's time. They're not worth the energy. I know people now, between Battlegrounds, War, and, well, of course, content like Act 8.4 for people who haven't already completed, they just don't even do the event quest. I know people who literally skip the event quest and the side quest every month, and they don't feel like they really miss much by doing that. Kabam should be so embarrassed by this. Kabam should be embarrassed that their event quests are still so costly for energy and time for years old rewards that it is more comforting to their player base to skip this than do it. And when you become Valiant, most of these rewards are worth literally less than 100 units. Like when you go to the rank up store for Valiant and you see how cheap everything from tier 2 alpha and tier 5 basic to tier 4 class catalyst to even whole tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic, though the daily crystals of Valiant are by far the best part of becoming Valiant. You just have to stop and say, if my time really is the most valuable part of my journey, if my time is the most valuable aspect of my experience playing this game, then why should I do things that make me feel like I'm being ripped off? I know that Kabam likes to do a buff about once a year, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe a little less than that, depending on what's going on. But I think one of the first starts, if you're going to say, Prof, this is for Thronebreaker difficulty technically, not even Paragon, well, look what they did in earlier acts. And I do think the path shortages has helped, but they did, remember, increase all of the PI difficulties, especially for like beginning summoners of the lowest difficulty of event quests are still way harder than they were for several years when the game came out. So when you talk about event quest energy, I think it should go back to 2, 3, and 4 for starters. I think the last chapter at most should be 4 per tile. But really, if you want to give players a reason to relax and get content done faster and not stress as much, make it 1, 2, and 3. It's also easier to get points that way in events like hero use, where you can put, especially if there's a 7-hour event, you can double up on. Say all your 7-star tech champions for both hero use and tech combat. In this case, Tech Combat is what I gained 22,160 points on, while getting exactly to a T 1,000,000 hero use points in the first 5 hours the event was out. That's pretty good for me. Kind of scary, actually. A lot of fights. So I just want to say this. There are simple solutions. I also think that the fact that there are 0 7-star shards in all of Thronebreaker, that even the exploration rewards give you 0 7-star shards, and that you have to go to the Paragon Gauntlet, of which I can now go to because I can claim this. But if you're telling me that I have to go here just to get 7-star shards, I mean, 3,000 is fine. I'm actually not singling out this largely. It's the Thronebreaker and below. Between the energy cost and the rewards, it's just embarrassing. And it's not fun. And as I said in this video, and I'll say it again, players just skip it because it's more advantageous to their time to not do it than it is to do it. And that is something we should all be concerned about. So that is my feedback on this topic. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.